One really effective way to keep your meeting agenda and meeting notes is with Google Docs using the table of contents feature and bookmarks. So you can see here we have a document titled IPLC Notes, and what we have below that is a table of contents. So if I want to skip down to the notes from October 8th, I can simply click on that link. There's the hyperlink. And notice it takes me right to the October 8th notes. Similarly, I've used a feature called Bookmarking so that in the meeting notes when it says, in the meeting agenda, when it says review previous meetings action items, we can now click that. And notice it takes me right to the action items for October 1st, the previous meeting. So bookmarking and table of contents can be a great way to organize one continuous document for meeting notes and agendas. So let's talk a little bit about how we do that. Now, the very first thing I've done is I want my table of contents on its own page. So I have inserted a page break and I will start my agenda down below. Now notice I've already done this for previous meetings, but for today's meeting, I have not yet started it. I've put in the date and I've typed in our 3 agenda items. In order for a table of contents to work, the text that we want to appear in the table of contents, such as a header, needs to be formatted as a header. So up here, instead of normal text, I prefer heading 3 because it's big enough to make that date stand out, but not so big that it overwhelms the document. So notice I've put October 15th, October 8th, etc. as headers. Specifically, I formatted them as option heading 3. So now I can go ahead and scroll back up to my first page. And I want to go to Insert, Table of Contents. And I don't need page numbers, I would like links. And there we go. Every date that I have formatted as a header shows up in my table of contents. If I add a new one, it does not automatically add to the table of contents with the document still open, but if I click in my table of contents, there's a refresh button, and there is the most recent date. So the next feature I've used is bookmarking. And that is where I have a link within my document that takes me to a different spot within my document. This is different than a table of contents. So in order to do this, we just have to create our bookmark and then link to our bookmark. So for October 15th, we are going to review the previous meeting's action items. I can go to that previous meeting, October 8th, and I want to create a bookmark here at the action items bullet. Insert bookmark. Now I can scroll back up to my most recent agenda. I can highlight review previous meetings agenda items. This time I want to insert a link. And notice here I have some options. I'm going to link to the previous meeting's action items. Apply. And now that bookmark will jump me straight to the previous meeting's action items. And that's how you can use a table of contents and bookmarks for easy meeting agenda and meeting note navigation.